In this video, I'm going to explain how to search for email status in Infusionsoft. So I'm at the home page here of Infusionsoft. I click the drop down, select Marketing Reports, and then I don't have to scroll down, but Email Status Search is what I click on next. And what I do is I scroll down here under Email Status and I highlight 3 different items. I'll scroll down here. I want to select hard bounce, then I also hold down my control button, select opt out. So sometimes we have people that opt out of our emails. When they do, we don't want to market to people that have no interest in receiving emails from us. So again, I select hard bounce and opt out, scroll down to the bottom, and I click the search button. And when I do, it populates the screen with people who have, well, you can see here, the top one here says hard bounce. And then I'll scroll down a little bit. This person opted out, okay, intentionally opted out. So hard bounce means that the email address is not valid, and opt out means that they chose not to receive them from us anymore. Now here's the distinction you need to make, or I make. For customers, we want to get the correct email address so we can send them emails. Also, another category is ex-customers, people who used to be customers that are no longer customers. Sometimes they change jobs, so their email address is no longer valid. So we want to do something different with them. And then thirdly is people who are what we call prospects that have just tried the software. Sometimes their emails, or they change jobs, or their emails are no good. So we deal with them in 3 different ways. And I'll start with the first. So I'm going to open Paul Quickle. I'm going to right click on it. Now this is how I do it. To save this list, what I do is I right click on the name and open in a new tab. Now I'll do that 3 or 4 times or even more. Right click, open, link a new tab, and then it opens a new tab at the top where I can save this list but still deal with the individual contact records. So at the top, I open Paul Quickle, so let me click on that tab and open this up. Okay, so at a glance, I see he works for Pro Electric LLC. I happen to know that they are customers. Paul Quickle. I'm going to scroll down here and see his tags. So he's an estimator. He isn't the person that pays the bills, he's an estimator. Now, looks like, again, his email address failed. Now, sometimes it's easy to spot a blatant mistake, and here's what I mean by that. This company name is Pro Electric LLC. Well, his email address happens to be Paul at Pro Electric LLC. Now, if they accidentally misspelled any of this, put 2 P's in or 2 R's, or left something out, then it would be kind of obvious to me that it may be incorrect. But long story short, what we want to do with a customer is we want to call them and see if we can get the correct email address. Now that said, Paul Quickle might no longer be working for this company. That's another dynamic that could happen. So what we'd want to do in this case is we'd want to call them and we'd want to find out if he find out a valid email address for him. Okay, if he no longer worked there, we would delete this contact record because, well, we don't want to keep people in here who have no interest in Red Rhino or no association with us. Okay, so again, if we call and find out he no longer works there, we would delete the contact record. I want to show one more thing. Now, I've opened his contact record. I'm going to go up here. I want to find out who all is in Pro Electric LLC in our database. So I'm going to copy the company name. I'm going to go up to the top to the main menu and click on Contacts. So I click in the company and paste here the company name, and then I click Search. And when I do, it displays all the contact records we have under that name. Now I happen to know that Deborah Reinhardt is the owner of Pro Electric, Bill Raymeyer is an estimator, and Paul Quickle. Again, Paul Quickle may no longer work there. I'm going to call them and find out if he does. I'll either find out if he still works there, I'll get the correct email address. If he does not, again, I will delete his contact record. Okay, that's one area that we deal with, and that's customers. Now, if a person is a customer working for a company that's paying us in Red Rhino, we would never delete their contact record. So customers get handled in a whole different way. Again, if he is a user, for some reason, we have the right email address, it still bounces, we would never delete that contact record out of here. We would just make a note in the contact record that email address bounces. Now, one more thing that we want to do for a customer is if their email is bouncing, we want to tag them with that. So let me scroll down here. I see the tags that he has. Estimator tells me he's not the guy that pays the bills, and he's a customer estimator. So I'm going to click on Manage Tags. I'll have to scroll up here, and I'm going to click on Customer Tags and look for the one that says Email Fails. So hold on a second. I think I have to refresh my screen here. Okay, I clicked on Customer Tags, go down here to the E for email, and it says Email Bounces. I'm going to select that tag. Then I have to apply the tag here. Click Apply this tag, and now he's tagged with Email Bounces. Okay, so in the future, we'll be able to search in Infusionsoft, see who these people are once they're tagged like this, and then deal with it, okay? So that's it for customers. Now let me go on to dealing with prospects. Now, since I saved my original list, it lives at the top left in this tab here. So email status is still here, but then I opened these contact records. So I'm going to close Paul Quickle. We just dealt with that. I'm going to open Paula Isley. Okay, so a quick glance here. I see her name and company name. I see that there's no amount paid here. That means she's not a customer. And I scroll down, I look for the tags. So she is a customer estimator, okay? That's why there's no dollars shown here, okay? She's not the person that pays the bills. Okay, so that said, I'm going to do the same thing with her. She's a customer for now. What I would do is call them. I won't do that right now on this video, but I would call them and see if I could get the correct email address. Maybe I'll find out that she that she doesn't work there anymore. Okay, but I'm going to tag her with email bounces. So I click Manage Tags, scroll up, Customer Tags drop down. They're alphabetical, looking for email. Oh, why doesn't email bounce here? Let me refresh. Okay, then again, Customer Tags, scroll down to email. Looking for email bounces. I'm going to tag her with email bounces. I'm tagging her, and then I have to click Save here. I'm tagging her with that because she's a customer and I need to deal with it. So again, I would call them, find out her correct email address. If she no longer works there, I would delete this contact record because she's just an estimator, not the person that pays the bills. Okay, let me look at another. Okay, I open another contact record, Clark Andre, Torch Electric. I happen to know these guys are customers. I look here, it shows that he's paid some money. That means they're customers. He's a contact record. This is an example of a contact record. He actually opted out of our emails, which just means that we can't send him email campaigns. We can't send him we can't put him in email campaigns. We have to send him one at a time emails. So down here again, he's not tagged yet with email bounces. He actually opted out of emails. In this case, we'll tag him with that. So there's a special tag for customers who have opted out. I'm going to go down here. Oops, I'm looking for tags here. Oh, so I selected the email opted out tag and tagged him with that. So again, customers, we don't want to delete their contact information ever. In this case, he's the guy that pays the bills, so we don't ever want to delete their contact information. He chose to opt out of our emails. Maybe he felt he was getting too many emails from us or others. So in that case, we want to tag him with email opted out. That way we can search for those people in the future. Meaning, since he's tagged with email opted out, we can search for the people that have opted out of emails by searching in tags for that tag. One more example, I'm going to open Cassie, this email hard bounce here, and I go up and I already clicked on it and opened it. I should say I opened it in a separate tab. Now I go up here and look. Okay, so here her name is Cassie, can't pronounce her last name. I see that there's no amount paid. That means she's not a customer, at least, or the paying customer. I'll scroll down here and just look at the tags. Okay, so she has a whole bunch of different tags. These are promotions that we've done in the past. Looks like she's been through several promotions. And this contact record was created in 2016. Now this is a case where I'm just going to delete it. She's a prospect, she's not a customer, or this person Cassie, and so I'm going to just delete her contact record. Okay, we can't market to her through email, so I'm going to just click delete. Are you sure? I'm going to click OK. So an overview of this is for customers, for customers that don't pay the bills, like estimator customers, we call and try and get their correct email address. If they no longer work at that company, we delete their contact record. If they still work at the company, we try and correct their email address. The other thing is prospects. If people are 30-day trialees, let me take it back to customers also. We want to make sure and tag customers with the correct email, or rather the correct tag. They either get tagged with email bounced or email opted out for customers. Now, if it's a prospect and they have never paid us, then we just delete the contact record. Here's another contact record, Peter Renigi, and I scroll down here. I see, for one thing, he's never paid any money, so he's not the paying customer. I scroll down, he's tagged with several tags here from 2017. Again, today's date is in 2018, in March 2018. Okay, so I see that it's a hard bounce. We got the wrong email address or whatever's happening with that. I'm just going to delete his contact record. He's a prospect. The emails bounce. We don't want to spend time with that contact. I should say we don't want to waste any time viewing that contact record. Here's another one the same. This contact record is bouncing, I see. By the way, the color of this little email and below it says status hard bounced. I don't think I've mentioned that previously. Put that in their earlier instructions. Okay, so let's look and see who this is by tags. Okay, they've received a promo code here, but this is a contact record from 2017. I scroll up, we can no longer email to them. I scroll down, I delete. I like to go back to my list and refresh the screen, and what it does is it takes away the people that are deleted. Okay, here's another example. This person, John Hoiby, he signed up for the 30-day trial. I'm going to scroll down. Now he's current, meaning he just signed up in the last few days. This is close to today's date. Okay, so he signed up for the 30-day trial. His email bounces, so that means it's the incorrect one. He would have not received any emails from us, nor will he. Now, in this instance, we want to call them. We want to call them, see if we can get a correct email address. Okay. Now, if we cannot, here's the steps we take. If we cannot get a correct email address, we go to Rhino Admin. We suspend his trial in Rhino, if it's even there, and then we'll set an appointment, or I should say at that point, we'll just delete his contact record, okay? So if we've called them, they don't respond, we can't email them because it's bouncing, we suspend their Rhino and delete the contact record, okay? That's it for this video.